Hello, good morning, students. Again, the most welcome VVC online classes presented by Ramesh sir. So, computer application for the class 10th. Again, chapter number 1, the revision of class 9 syllabus. Some topics are left, so I will discuss today. Right? In the previous chapter, the OOPS concept already explained. So, now today I will discuss the next content in this chapter, like Java token, data types, conditional constructor in Java, iterative constructor in Java, boxing and unboxing. These are the most important topics. Okay, so I will discuss one by one. What is the token? Java tokens. So Java token, the smallest individual unit in a program is called a token. Okay, so this is smallest individual unit is called the token. So Java support the 5 types of tokens. Number 1, like keywords, identifiers, literals, operators, and punctuators. And one more, punctuator, it means the symbols. Both are same. Punctuator and symbol both are same. So these are the 5 types of Java tokens. So once again I repeat, the smallest individual unit in a program is called token. And these are the 5 types: keywords, identifier, literals, operators, and punctuators. So I will discuss the one by one. What is the keywords? The keyword, the reserved word of Java which have the special meaning for them. So okay, so this is a reserved word in the library. It means this is a reserved word in the library package in Java. So already meanings I know. What is the meaning of this? So this is reserved word in Java. So Java has the 48 keywords at that times, like public, private, final, for, catch, cache. These are also keywords. Identifier. Identifier means the name. So identifier are the names of variable, class, object, functions, method, array. So everything have the name. So this name is a identifier that are given by the programmer. So who's give the name? Programmer. So are referenced by identifier. So this name is a reference by identifier, just like ID cards. So ID card always present your identity. So as it is, you give the name to class, objects, methods, array. So this name is a identifier. So I will discuss identifier forming the rules of Java. State the following. So some rules having the identifier like this. Number 1, identifier can have alphabets like digits and underscores. These also having alphabets ABCD, digit 1 to 3, underscore also having. Second, identifier must not be a keywords. Identifier must not be a keyword. This is not a keywords. And boolean literals are null literals having. So identifier not to follow the keywords. Third, Java is a case sensitive language, I know. So uppercase literals and lowercase literal are distinct in Java. Okay, so these are the different. Uppercase and lowercase both are the different in Java. Fourth, space and other special character are not allowed. So space and other character are not allowed in the identifier. You give the name, so don't allow the space and other special like symbol, like dollar sign, like hash, any type of symbol. This not allow. Variables. This is also most important. The variable is a name of memory location. What is the variable? Variable is a name where you give the memory of to variables. So variable is a name of memory location that are store the data value. Okay, so value of a particular data types, like syntax is a type, variable name. So int is a data type and variable name I give a. So you give any name like A, B, C, D, any name you can give. So what is the variable? Variable always store the memory location. These also have the store the data, like a is equal to 10, then store the data of 10 in a. So constant, a constant is a fixed value. Constant is a fixed value which does not change during the execution of a program. It means you give any value to variable, so this is a fixed value. Okay, so I can't change. So how many types of constant? There are the two types of constant. Number one, numeric constant. Numeric constant means integer type of data, and real constant. Second, character constant. It means character like a string also. So this type of constant. So again I repeat, these are the two types of constant. Number one is a numeric constant, second is a character constant. Literal, these are also most important. Literals. So literals refer as a constant. So literals are data items that are fixed data value. It means literal always having the fixed value of data. The Java allows the several kind of literals. Number one, integer literal. So integer literal like octal, so digit of 7, decimal, digit of 10, 0 to 9, hexadecimal, digit of 0 to 9, and characters A to F. So integer type of literals. Second, floating literals. So floating literals always have the floating value and exponents form. It means fractional part. It means the fractional part. So always having the number of fractional. So floating literals. Boolean literals, only the true and false. So give the true, give the false according the condition. Character literals. So character literal always single character always present in single quotes. Single character always present in a single quotes. So that is character literals. Already you done in the 9th class. String literals. String literals is a collection of words, alphabet words, and always write in double quotes. Okay, this is a major difference, characters and string. String always write in double quotes and so many character inside, and character literals single character in a single quotes. So here the example of literals: data types, name of variable of data, and you give any type of data, so data is a literals. Operators. So I'm discussing the operator. So operator are the special symbols. So what is the operator? Operator are the symbols like plus, minus, equal, less than, greater than. So these are the operators. Okay, so operator are the symbols that are perform the specific operations. So these also perform any type of operation like addition, like subtraction. So according to the precedence on one or more operand to return a result. So here I will discuss unary operator, arithmetical operator, shift operator, relational operator. Okay, these are the two operand here, a and then v. So a and then v, this is a operand, and greater than sign, this is a operator. Once again I repeat, a relational operator, a and v are operand, and greater than sign is a operator, bitwise operator. Okay, logical operator, here are the some logics working on logical condition. Ternary operator. Ternary operator, the second name is a conditional operator. After then assignment operator. So I will discuss, already discuss in 9th class. Okay. So I will show the diagram. You can see the symbols also. Operator and types. Unary operator, plus plus, minus minus. Okay, it means increment and decrement. This is a unary operator. Arithmetical operator, plus minus, multiplications. Okay, division and modular. Okay, relational operator always like less than, greater than, equal, not equals. Logical operator and or, not or. Okay, bitwise operator, this is single form. And not, inside value, outside value, power of. Okay, assignment operator, here the two operator give the assign the value, like equal, plus equal, minus equal, multiply equal. So this is assignment operator. Ternary operator like question mark and colon, and the name of conditional operator also. Data type, these are most important data types. Data types, first of all I will tell you the what is the data. So data type is specify the different size and value. Data types specify the different size and value that can be stored in a variable. So they are the two data types. Okay, Java, how many data types having? These are the two types. Number one, primitive data type. So what is the primitive data types? A primitive data types is a predefined by the programming language. It means already computer understood what is the meaning of this data. So this is a store already in the programming. Okay, so this is a predefined. It means who's defined? System. The primitive data types including like boolean, char, wide, short, int, long, float and double. So total number of 8 data types. How many data types? This is 8 data type whose primitive, and this is predefined by the systems. Second one, non-primitive data type. This is also most important. These data types are not actually the defined by the programming language. It means who's defined this? This is defined by the programmer, like me, like you. Okay, so computer not understood what is the data. Why? Because this is not a predefined. Who's defined according the requirement? Okay, who's defined? User. So according my requirement I will design the data. Okay, then I will implement. But are they created by the programmer? Who's created by the programmer? They also called the reference variables, reference data types. Okay, or object reference. And non-primitive data types including like class, interface, array, objects. So many data types we can create non-primitive. Again I repeat, I will show the diagram. You can see data types, two data types here, primitive and non-primitive. Primitive data type again divided two form, numerics and non-numerics. Non-numerics, character and boolean. Okay, and numeric data type, integer and floating. So integer data type, wide, short, int, long, and floating, float and double. Non-primitive, class, array, interface, object, string. So these are defined by the user. So here I will discuss the if statement. It means the conditional construction in Java. Conditional construction in Java. So if statement means if the condition is true, then program may be execute. If the condition is false, so stop the condition and print the default value. So I will tell you what is the if statement. The if statement check a condition. If the result is true, then it is run the line of code, and in that case the condition is false, so stop, then move outside of the class. Like example, public class if statement, public static void main strings. Okay, I give the value I is equal to 2. If I modular of 2 is equal to 0, it means like 2, I give the value of 2 divided by 2, so modular is 0, it means true. So I is a even number, it means the print. In that case I give the value of I3, so condition is false. So this condition is false, so don't print the message. Another example, if else if. So here the many if else if condition here. So many if else if statements. So you know that if the condition is true, then the code is directly follow if statement is run. What if the condition is false? Yes, I will tell the previous one. So here the condition is false. The code is run in the case. So we need the else statements. Okay, like the example here, the public class if else statement. So public static void main I is equal to 5, I modular of 2. So I know the condition is false. Okay, because some remainder is left, one remainder. So system dot print out dot ln. So here I is the even number, no. So system dot print I is the odd number, yes. The condition is true, this one. It means first condition is false, second one is true. So after the else, so second message you can see the odd number. Okay, it means here the many if else if statements. Previous one only the one statement. Next, the switch condition. This is also most important. What is the switch statement? The switch statement take a variables and then has a list of case or action to perform each value that the variable obtained. It use the words default to perform action in which the condition is are not meet. Okay, and if you use the word break and then stop, I will explain with the help of example. So this is the best example here. In that case, so many statements, so according the like case 1, like case 2, like case 3. So you place number 1, you place number 2, you place number 3. So one number, one message print, number 2 case, then 2. In that case you give the other number, so default value will print. So public class switch statement. So here public static void like I is equal to 5. So switch I. So case 1, press I, system out dot print I is 1. In that case I is 1, then okay, otherwise break the statement. Second case, the statement dot out dot print the I is 2, no, break. Case third, I is 3, no, break. So default value print individual invalid value, it means 5. So 5 is not belong the case 1, case 2, case 3. This is a default value, it means the individual invalid value. Okay, so check case 1, case 2, case 3 according the condition. In that case condition is true, then print the statement. In that case the condition is false, so default value we can see. Iterative construct in Java. So this is the most important. First of all, the for loop. Okay, so for loop, this is a master loop you can say. Okay, so everything perform inside. So Java for loop is a control flow statement. So for loop always use the control the flow statement like 1, statement 2. So control the flow statement. So iterate is a part of program multiple times. So multiple time we can see the syntax of for loops. For initialize the value, initialize means data types, int, float, whatever. Condition means I give the condition is true and false, and increase the value a and then b, increment and decrement. And statement. Okay, I will explain with the help of example. Like print table of 1 to 10 number. Public class, for example, public static void main, I will write here. Okay, I explain the for loop. Int, okay, initialize the value, int I is equal to 1. After then conditional. What the condition? I less than is equal to 10. It means maybe 10. So the limit of I is 10. And increment I plus plus. So what plus plus means one increment of. So after then print the message of I. So here 1 to 10 number print. Okay, and then over. So for loop is a master loop. So here the three condition: initialize, condition, increment and decrement the value. While loop. The Java while loop is a control flow statement that execute as a part of the program. So here I will discuss the while loop. This is also most important, the while loop. So the Java while loop is a control flow statement. It means flow the control statement that execute as a part of a program repeatedly mode on the base of the Boolean condition. Boolean condition means true and false. In the condition is true, then condition statement print. In that case, the condition is false. The statement is move in outside. Okay. So the syntax of while loop: while and condition. After then statement. Okay. So the while loop publicly I will define here the public static void main string I is equal to 1 while I less than is equal to 10 statement print I and I plus plus. So this condition is 10 time print. Okay, why? Because the while is give the condition of 10. So number 1, number 2, number 3 up to 10 number print with the help of while loop, and number 11 will come, then condition is false. Okay. After the nested loop, this is also most important, nested loop. Loop inside another loop is called the nested loop. So loops can be nested as per as the requirement. Okay, according the condition you can use the nested loop. So syntax of nested loop I will define. It means so many loops inside one loops, second loops, third loops. So many loops. So class nested loop. Public static void main int I and z for I is equal to 0. I condition I give the here 8. It means the I is going 7 time. I plus plus. Next inside another loop. J is equal to 1. J is equal to I and j less than of 8. J plus plus. So system dot print I star. I want to print the star, and system dot print space and curly bracket close. And now the important point, the next 2 for loops are nested loops. So upside is a 2 loops, one for I and second for j. So 2 for loops are nested loops. The number of times inner loops iterate depend on the value. Okay, it means depend on the value. I the condition of 8, I the condition of 10, according the requirement you can give. Okay, the value of outer loop. The output of the program is here. Print the diagram. You can see the output. You can take out the outputs. This is most important, boxing and unboxing. This is most important. Okay, the boxing and unboxing, especially using converting the primitive data type to the object, is called boxing. It means you want to convert the data type. So this is a boxing. So I want to convert the integer data type in object. So this is a boxing. So example of integer object is equal to new integer. I give the value of here where the converting an object into corresponding the primitive data types is known as unboxing. So simple definition here: boxing, convert the integer data type to objects. So this is boxing. And unboxing, converting the object into the data types. So object you convert in data type. So this is unboxing. And boxing, integer data type to convert in objects. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.